Greetings, love lights, and welcome to Chakra Light Radio. This is Juanine here, and I'm your host. I'm so glad that you joined us here today on Chakra Light for some more good, down, real talk to get us all balanced and ready for the best of life. Chakra Light is a network that's dedicated to bridging the creative gaps of abundance, knowledge, and just all good stuff all the way around through chakra knowledge and awareness. And that's what we do here on Chakra Light Radio Podcast. There are 7 primary chakras that we deal with here on this show. The first chakra is your root chakra. The color normally is red. And this has to do with your stability, your financial stability, and your roots for everything in life, not just one particular area. So think of it as a tree. If you have a tree and the roots of that tree, that's what keeps the tree grounded. The second chakra is your sacral chakra. This color is orange, and it has to do with your emotional stability. The third chakra is your solar plexus chakra. The color is yellow. This has to do with your power in life, your confidence. The fourth chakra is your heart chakra. This has to do with your love and compassion for yourself and others. The fifth chakra is your throat chakra. This chakra has to do with speaking your truth. And your heart chakra is green. Your throat chakra is like a light blue. The sixth chakra is your third eye chakra. And this has to do with your intuition, your ability to see things beyond just the physical realm, your intuition. This has to do with being psychic, that whole area. This is your third eye. That color is an indigo or a dark blue. The seventh primary chakra that we deal with here on the show is your crown chakra. That color is like a violet or a white. And this has to do with your connection to something higher than yourself. So your higher self, your God, your spiritual sense, your spiritual connection to all things that are. Today, I'm so glad that you're on here to check out our special guest. We have Daniel Young Jackson. Daniel Young Jackson. How you doing, boo?
How are you?
I'm absolutely amazing. Daniel is such a special guest. Well, you know, everybody that we have on this show is a special guest because these people are just completely dope. That's why we have this show, so that we can bring their amazing insight. But I got to tell you about this really dope guy here. He is my nephew. And how old are you, Daniel?
I'm 17. I'll be 18 in August.
Right on. Okay, let me correct that because we're not going to get into my perspective of what's old or not. Everyone who knows me, everyone listening, you guys know how I feel. Age is only a number, but getting old has to do with what you do with your life, right? Okay, we're going to pause. But Daniel he's on the show to talk about our third eye chakra. This is your sixth chakra. That's that indigo color. The dark blue color has to do with psychic and intuition. Now, on the show, I just bring my loving people that I really adore and admire on this show to talk the same way we do every day. So, Daniel, we're just going to chop it up like we normally do, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So, today we're going to be talking about intuition and your psychic abilities. Do you feel like you're psychic?
I do.
What does that even mean?
I think it's the ability to see things before it happens. And I think there's a lot of, such as, you know, you can be a seer, or the ability of psychic can be premonitions or visions. So it just depends on a person. But I do consider myself a psychic.
Okay, so like what type of experiences do you have that makes you feel like you're a psychic, or things that you see before they happen, or like, tell me about that?
It comes in many forms, mostly in my dreams, or sometimes I'll doze off, or it just happens, and it's more premonition. So I see things before it happens, or deja vu. There'll be something said or something said where I thought it was a dream, but I see it before it happens, or I visit the past sometimes also. It just depends.
What? This is okay. So I'm really happy we're having this conversation because it lets me know that I'm not the only one that has these type of experiences. And I'm sure we probably have more than just a few of the people on our show or that are listening, our audience members, our insiders listening right now that have these same type of experiences. So let's just break it down so that we can all know that we're not alone. You know what I'm saying? So how long have you been feeling or knowing that you can see things before they happen? And then we're definitely going to talk about you going into the past because I want to know about that.
I realized I had many gifts growing up. Since a young kid, I've seen lots of things, and I didn't realize it was an ongoing thing till I was about 6 or 7. And that's when I realized, wow. And I started researching, and there was a show on Disney Channel called That's So Raven, when Raven Simone is a psychic, or she can see into the future, and seeing that stuff, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is me, pretty much. Around 6 or 7.
Wow. Were you scared to be able to know things like that?
Yes. It was terrifying.
What did you do about that? Like, did you tell anyone or... I mean, I know you talked to me. I'm your aunt, so I know that you talked to me at a certain point, but I don't really know... Besides outside conversations, but at 6 and 7, I didn't know you could see things. So, like, did you talk to anyone else about that during that time?
No, not at that age. I thought I was crazy, or and when I did, like, try to tell my friends and stuff, they thought I was crazy. So I was like, oh, I'll keep it to myself.
Wow. And so you started feeling a little bit more comfortable or feeling like you weren't crazy after you saw That's So Raven?
Yes. I realized that although it was based on a cartoon, not a cartoon, but a TV show, I felt like there were people out there like that, like me, So I got scared and never spoke up. I'll never be able to connect with people.
Wow. And this is something really amazing about TV shows because they come from somewhere, right? And that is, I used to be really against watching TV because I'm like, it's gonna pollute your brain. You're gonna go stupid. Don't go stupid, please. But you know what? TV for certain situations like this is really, really good. And I actually have a lot of spiritual experiences through watching TV as well. So to hear that you have the same experiences is really nice to know that I'm not crazy, okay? But it's a daily process of really getting in touch with yourself. So do you use... is it voluntary how you use your gift, or does it just come and go?
I'm learning how to exercise it more because I'm more interested. It used to be to where it can come and go, but now it's to the point to where if I focus on something or, if I really put my mind to it, then it comes. So I'm learning how to control it now.
Wow. So, okay, break that down. What is put your mind to it? What is the it that you put your mind to, and what is the it that comes? Because when you say that, I start to think of law of attraction and manifesting things that you're believing for. But we're talking, so I want to make sure we're on the same page. So what is it exactly that you mean by it, quote unquote?
It as in there be times to where my spiritual self feels something without my physical body knowing. And I don't know if you experience it, but there's like a change, like a feeling that's like in between, and you're kind of numb, and you're like, there's something that needs to happen, but I'm not sure what, and that's the it to me. So once I feel that, I'm like, okay, let me figure out what it is. Let me concentrate what it is. I don't know what to focus on, but whatever I'm not feeling, I need to focus on what I'm not feeling, so I know what I need to figure out and what it is.
Okay, you know what? I can understand what you're talking about, because, for instance, so that it is really whatever may be present in the moment. It's nothing exactly specific until you figure it out what the it is. I had an experience like that today. I had a request to hand make some custom jewelry, and when I do that, I really put my intentions and energy into it. But if it doesn't feel right, then I have to kind of shift and like allow my energy to sink, and figure out what my spirit's trying to say or lead me to do. So even beyond jewelry, I've learned to use that with, if people need some lifestyle guidance or something like that, So what type of things do you use your psychic abilities for? Do you help your friends, or do you use it for homework? Did you use it to find your college that you're going to now?
I use it for everything. I learned that since it's a gift, I should be able to share it. So with people who are close to me and kids at my school, I explain to them, hey, this may sound weird, but, I have, third eye. I have intuition. I can see in the future and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be like, you're going to get married and have this amount of kids or stuff like that. But if you need help with something, like, for example, my college, there was a time where I didn't think I was going to be qualified to go to college. And I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? What am I going to do? You know what? I'm not going to go to college. I'm just going to do based on pure talent. And then I was like, what is the possibility of doing that? Don't tell me. It's possible, but I want to go to college so I can have further knowledge in what I want to do. So I was like, I need to find me a college that I qualify for, that I enjoy, and make sure I go to college, not go back to high school. I want to focus on what I want to do in life. And that's when I did a little bit of research, and my intuition started kicking in on my computer when I was looking at the computer, and it said, click on this one, click on this school. And that's when I found Full Sail University in Florida. And I looked at it, and then I was like, well, I don't know. It seems, pretty good. It seems, I don't know, because I wasn't qualified for so much. And so it was like, just send your information. Just do this. And this is the school. This is the school for you. And one thing leads to another, and I'm enrolled in the school, so I'll be attending in August. I ended up getting a scholarship for the school.
Yay!
It's just so much. So I use it for everything.
Okay, so this is really dope, because when I'm seeking for things on the computer, I use my intuition for that as well. Like if I need to find some new, whatever it is. So how can you help our listeners who are trying to learn how to use their intuition, or, they've been having similar experiences, but they didn't know what it was. They're just getting freaked out. They're thinking they're losing their mind. So what are some steps you can give our audience on how to start getting to know their intuition and using it to benefit their lives in a positive way and other people?
I'm going to use when we go on adventures, just don't focus on where you're going, just go. You know what I mean? Whether it's left or right, just go what your gut is telling you. And don't question it, just go. First thing, just go. Don't, because it's always going to lead you to somewhere where you need to be at that moment. And once you start practicing that, you can start doing, tests or quizzes at school. Your first answer is the right answer about 99.9% of the time. And when you start doubting yourself and questioning yourself, that's when that's when you stop hearing your intuition voice, your inner self talking to you. So just really go with your gut and listen to your true self, and, don't question yourself, because you have enough power within you to know what you need to do at that given moment.
You are such an amazing young man, because you're not a kid anymore. You're 17. Oh, my goodness. I'm so proud of you. I'm not going to cry right now, but because you guys know I will. Anyway, that is such mature advice. To just go with the flow and not worry about what other people are thinking or what other people are doing. Because even at your age, when you were 6 or 7, or even as adults, the biggest thing that can keep us from our destiny or really getting to know ourselves is worrying about what other people think and judgment of others. How do you deal with that?
I started living for myself. And I say it like that because I feel like, and I know a lot of people can relate, and with family, there comes certain pressures. You know, everybody wants you to do this.